It's a layover. This recording is taken December 11th at 4 a.m. and that marks 1 month of being on this journey. I'm halfway through my journey. 3 countries down, 3 more to go. I know, I've been thinking lately. I remember when I was telling my mom that, this become it's a solo trip now, and we were chatting, and my mom was reminding me how I have been, how I had lately been talking about that when the whole application process that I was going through finishes, I'm gonna take a solo trip somewhere, away, just to get away from everything and to relax my brain. Just because I felt like everything was just coming out. I just needed to leave, right, to go somewhere. And so she was like, now you get that chance, It's funny just how the power of the time, bro, it's really hard to time. The amount of time I've said so much, just need to take a trip somewhere by myself and just unwind. But the thing is, chatting with my mom, and I was like, when I said that, I never really imagined I would be far, far away, right? When I say take a trip by myself, I was thinking the next 2 cities over. The thing that made me say is my non-refundable tickets, that. I was I put in quotations that's a lot of money. Hence that if my tickets were refundable, I would have gotten this money back, and I would have just stacked it back up in the folder of when you travel someday. So now that we're halfway there, I'm glad that that they weren't refundable, because it made me have to take that chance and be well, I guess this is happening. There's no need of wasting money and just letting it go let's do it. So it's okay, it's time to show up and make the best out of whatever situation comes out of this. And halfway then, it's been one of the best decisions I made. I'm glad that there was a push, because I know very well if they were refundable, I would have taken that to them look, uncertainty, not for me. And I know years later I would have looked back and regretted it so much. And that's why I'm trying to live life with no regrets. If something happens, can't do anything about regret. That time is gone and I'm never getting it back, And so I think that's what has been in my mind is money I can always go to work and get, but time I can never go back and bring it back or put a receipt and say, refund me back my time. And so this trip has definitely been an experience, but it's an experience I'm glad Pastor took a chance and decided to go for it. Wow. I mean, wow. Can't believe it. 2 months. It's strange how it happened to be 2 months on this day, because I was supposed to fly back to Texas a while back, but life happens and it's all good. Everything happens for a reason, and I don't regret one bit of extending or whatever
happen, you know. Well, I'm still in shock. Like 2 months. Wow, I did a lot. Like I went to 6 countries, but like so many cities or district, you know, depending on like where I was at and how they labeled it. This is what's on the other side of fear. I remember starting this, I was like, oh, like I was so upset that they can't cancel my we got refundable tickets, because I was like, dang, I can't cancel this. Like, oh man, it's just like the fear of like unknown. Like I have the fear of like no control was big. I was like, I have no control in any of these places that I'm going. I have no control on what will happen. Like, traveling solo is for people, but for me, I don't know. I've never done it. So it was more of like fear of like never doing something, right? Which is crazy and ironic, because it's like you're feeling something that you've never done, but how are you gonna know if you like it if you've never done it, right? So if I had let fear take over, I would have not done this, and I would still have not experienced how solo traveling is. I would probably be like, oh yeah, I'm a solo traveler somewhere, but it would never happen, right? Because I'll be all talk and all back, right? Because I'll be like, oh no. So it's like going on the other side of fear is how you find out if something is for you or not for you, right? And if you don't like it, well, it's not for you. If you liked it, it's for you. And on the aspect of if you don't like it, it's like you experienced it. It's all about experience. To me, experience is the best teacher. You know, so it's like I love solo traveling. I don't know if I'll ever go back to travel with a group. I mean, only family. And, you know, usually like family trips are like planned where it's like there's a reason we're all going to as a family trip is for this one place. But like group trips, maybe for a week, you know, but like I don't think it would be the first thing like, oh, I'm traveling, let me call up somebody. Maybe like 1 or 2 people, but like that's it. But this journey has grown me. I mean, you learn a lot when you're solo traveling. It feels like every day is a lesson. Like some days I was like, bro, I'm on a sabbatical. Can life also take a sabbatical? Like everything ain't gotta be a lesson, you know? But like you're always learning and you're always growing, because like no one is there, so you gotta figure stuff out, right? And so it's like you gotta figure stuff out in a different country, whether that's language barrier, money exchange. Bro, money exchange was crazy. Like I was sitting here like from one country to another. It's like, why can't we not have the same currency? And so like it was pretty easy to navigate, except I don't know, I can't remember which country, but there was a country where I was just having trouble with the money exchange. I was like, hold on. They would tell me the price and I'll be like on 7-Eleven, like, give me 1 second, like Googling, because I'm like, give me one moment. But, you know, from like, I stayed in so many different accommodations. I stayed in hostels, I stayed in hotels, I stayed in Roycans, I stayed in homestays, and so it was just like going in with no expectations, right? Especially for hostel, which for me I was surprised. Only like maybe 1 or 2 hostels didn't like. They didn't give, but it was more of like I got bamboozled. Like, you know, the review said one thing and then you get there and it's like whoa. But like, you know, I would lower my expectations and then lower it some more, because I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed. But like they all end up surprising me. Every country, like there was something I liked about the country and something I did not like about the country, but the pros outweigh the cons. So like in Japan, wasn't really feeling Osaka. I think Osaka, if I was to do Japan again, Osaka would be a day trip. In India, I wasn't really feeling Delhi. And so, like, that's the thing about traveling. You know, you're gonna like something, you're not gonna like Thailand. Wasn't really feeling Bangkok. So it's just like you're gonna like some things, you're not gonna like some things. You're not gonna love everything. And if you don't like, it doesn't even have to be like you don't like the city. It could be like something in the city you don't like, but you like everything else. And so it's like the pros outweigh the cons to it. I was still, you know, I was still living the best life. There was some joy, there was some crying, there was bittersweet moments. I mean, I met so many people where I was like, oh man, I don't like goodbyes. I just don't like goodbyes. But you know, I'm learning to not necessarily say goodbye, but like I'll see you next time, you know? There was some frustrations, so much laughter, so much laughter. But each country was good to me. I enjoyed the people I met, the people I stayed with. I met some people at hostels. I met some people walking down the street. Like I would be walking and somebody would just stop me and we'll have this whole huge conversation. I met people at homestays. I had amazing conversations with the guides who taught me about the place and introduced me to the culture. I thank God I didn't get no Indian belly and I didn't get no Bali belly. Yeah, we thank God because I mean I came prepared. I had my over-the-counter medicine, but like yeah, and it was like for like India, if I was eating street food, it was usually with like someone local or someone from, you know, who knows the best street places. So it was like but yeah, it's this trip will forever be right here. Like it will be cherish things. It also taught me what kind of traveler I am, right? We're all different travelers. We all travel differently. Some of us, we pieced our life and we're like taking a break and like all we're doing is free roaming around the world, right? Some of us like to walk while we travel, like a different scene. Some of us like to do that 3 day and then go back. For me, I think this kind of traveling is what I enjoy. I don't think I can do the whole 3 days and then fly back. I would have to like put off a month or two and just go around that continent, like pick countries in that continent and go around it. And so it just was better because I was already there and logistically it was cheaper. So, you know, but yeah, there's still things I need to process. So like, it's not like I can say I've learned everything. I mean, it's not like I can pour everything I've learned here because there's some things where I'm like, I'll probably process as I make my videos, as I make my memories, you know. I like to say I'm not a vlogger, I'm just a memory maker, you know. And so to everyone I met, thanks for the good time. To all the countries I've been, it's been real. Thanks for the good time. Very bitter, a little bit sweet that I'm living. I'll miss just learning about different cultures, being in different environments. Like being in a different environment is literally a growing place, right? Like what I realized is like I was comfortable in the place I was. I mean, I was big chilling, right? So like having to move to a whole different continent was not a vacation. I was thinking about, but I know people are like, oh, are you on vacation or holiday? I'm like, I don't even know if I can even really call this a vacation or holiday. I would call this a sabbatical. Like I just was moving with what the day brought. I was not stressing. Like, okay, there's a time I was stressed. I stressed because something happened, but then the next day we moved and I was like, it's It's a new day, bro. It's a new day. I'm out here with views, you know. I'm out here with views. I get waiting on schools and, you know, not the best news. That's okay. I befriend a rejection, I move on, and I go watch the sunrise. I go watch the sunset. Like, it just was like, if I'm going to be sad, let me be sad in a different country where there's views, okay? Views on views on views. But anyways, I'm digressing. I can't believe I'm living. Like, it still hasn't registered. It's been a beautiful ride. It's truly been a beautiful ride. And I say beautiful a lot, but like, it's truly is. I've made friends across the globe. I've learned about different cultures. I've ate local food, traveled like a local. And I've pushed myself so much out of my comfort zone where I've learned to be truly comfortable being uncomfortable, right, in each situation. And the same D who left Texas last year in December is not the same D entering Texas in a day. And I'm happy. I'm happy for the growth, and I know to keep it going. But each country had a different version of me, because in each country I had to adapt, right? I think one main lesson I'll leave with you, and this is something I'll have to expand on, but like, one main thing that has been in my brain is having melanin, being Black, is an attraction in itself. And it was like, that's also something I had to get used to, right? Because like, most all of these places really don't see Black people, right? Even in India, where it was like, oh, there was like dark-skinned Indians, I was still a foreigner, right? I was still different. And mostly for that, was like, my hair was the main attraction. Then, you know, my skin. Also, for some of them, it was like my skin and my hair. It was like my hair, then my skin. So it was like getting used to that part, you know, getting used to, and it didn't really bother me, you know, because I was like, it's already known, right? Like, when I was in Kenya and would see like a white dress, be like, wow, where they come from, because, you know, it's a rare population in Kenya. So it's like, in all these countries, Black people are rare. Like, once or twice I would see like a few Black people and I'd be like, oh, what's up? Like, I'll do that double take. I'll be like, oh my God, hey, like, you know, the nod. Anyways, yeah. If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. But this journey had me looking young. It had me looking good. Like, I mean, I was like, my skin, like, bro. For a moment, I'm like, I could just stay here, because like, Texas be wilding on my skin. But I'm like, traveling has me feeling young. It had me feeling like, there was times where I was like, even I was reliving my best childhood moments. I was like, wow, this is what I missed out on childhood, during my childhood years. But yeah, it's been real. It's been real, and ready for home cooked meals, ready to see my siblings, ready to not pay for water and toilet. But nonetheless, I will absolutely miss every single place I've been. I'll miss how it made me feel. I'll miss the lessons I learned. I'll miss I keep the lessons I learned, but like, I miss the culture. I miss the food. Wrote down some recipes, so I'll probably be cooking that. The environment, the atmosphere that it was giving, the people, just this is memories I'll forever cherish. But yeah, this is end of year. End of year. Wow. End of trip. Semi-review, quick review. But yeah.